Hey guys, how you going? I promised a couple of people a video on body modification, so here goes. Body modification is the decoration, reshaping, or recolouring of the human body. Body piercing, tattooing, hair colouring, plastic surgery, makeup, scarification, and even hair removal and the wearing of clothing are all things that modify the form of the body. Okay, I'm about to get sociological on your asses. Many people feel that body modification is taboo, but is it actually deviant? If you look around the world, all cultures engage in some form of body modification. And in fact, people who, out of choice or lack of opportunity, do not modify their bodies at all are often seen as deeply deviant. For instance, a man who refuses to shave or cut his hair will often be denied employment opportunities, even in this day and age. A woman who rejects all forms of modification expected for her gender will often find herself the subject of shock and ridicule. So no, body modification is not in itself deviant. It is the form of the modification that is important in a cultural context. People whose modifications are not accepted within their culture may find themselves in the same boat as the people who refuse to undertake expected modifications. Ridiculed, denied employment, access to housing, etc., etc. So now we can accept and understand that this person is just as modified from their natural form, if not more, than this person. It is only the form of the modifications that matter. If I exactly followed the mainstream values of my society, I would view the risky piercing of female infants' ears by untrained people using unsterilizable piercing guns as acceptable. I would also hold that the removal of healthy tissue from the penis of male babies for nothing other than the preferences of the parents is a matter of personal choice. On the other hand, I may find the modifications of consenting adults, such as body piercings or tattoos, shocking and deviant. I may support unacceptably modified people being denied employment opportunities, for example, unless they remove or hide these modifications, forcing them to conform to the mainstream perceptions of what an acceptable body is. I may believe that these people deserve this treatment because they should have been aware of what the social reactions and consequences may be before they undertook it. I may not contemplate the idea that the world may be a happier place if people learn to be more accepting of people they view as different, and reached an understanding of why people modify themselves in ways not promoted to them by the media, society as a whole, and the beauty industry. So why do people modify themselves in these ways? Often it is believed it is done for attention, or motivated by masochism. In my personal experience, and perusing the internet to read the experience of others, I've not found this to be the case for most. So why do people modify themselves via tattooing, piercing, and other rarer methods, such as scarification and branding? They do it for the same reason that you prefer to keep your hair short, or you love dressing in blue, the reason you prefer either skirts or dresses, or like to be tanned. With those things you feel more comfortable with yourself. You look in the mirror and you like what you see. You feel that you are expressing who you are to others more accurately. For them it is the same. How do you feel when you have been forced to present yourself in a way that is uncomfortable to you? You may have been forced to wear dresses as a little girl and hated them, or the reverse. Or perhaps your corporate uniform feels stifling, or you are a man who was coerced by social pressures to cut off his hair. This is how people who like to be modified feel when forced to either not modify, hide their modifications, or even retire their much-loved piercings. So, do I, as a very mildly modified person who desires more in the future, still find some people's modifications shocking and disturbing? Sure. My personal aesthetic is that any kind of modification should enhance a person's natural features instead of alter them to a state of unrecognizability. Is that even a word? When someone's modification breaches that line, I can find it shocking. But, as long as the modification is done in a safe, sane, and consensual way, then it gets my philosophical stamp of approval. To me, your body is like your house. Some people want to decorate that house, to give it a sense of the identity of the person who lives in it, and make them feel comfortable in their environment. Although you may feel someone else's house is an eyesore, defending their right to decorate it as they see fit also protects your own right to do the same. My piercings are a demonstration of my appreciation of my body. They are a reason to ensure I care for and maintain the hygiene of my body. They are fun to decorate and touch and look at. I also love them on others. My plans include increasing the gauge of my earlobes to 8 gauge, which is around 3 millimeters, and I've currently achieved 10 gauge, so I am only one stretch off. Additionally, on my ears I also have 2 helix piercings in the cartilage. Once my work situation allows, I also want to pierce my nose. And at some stage, when I have fully planned the design, I may commit, to getting a half sleeve on my left arm in tattooing, and some other small pieces done with vegan ink at Down to Earth Tattoos in Melbourne. I feel that your body is your only true possession in this life. Why shouldn't you customize it if that makes you happy?